Hey, what's happening? So what's going on right now? Basically, we got a little bit of not feedback. I'm sorry, a little bit of news out about the Titan, the submersible headed down to go see the Titanic, or was headed down to go see the Titanic. Yesterday, I kind of briefed a little bit about each individual on the vessel. So today, we got some new news. All right. So as of right now, it's currently probably about 2:30, 14:30 East Coast Standard Time. That being said, it's believed to be no more oxygen inside the vessel. There's believed to be zero oxygen at this time inside the Titan, the submersible, the vehicle that we're all talking about here, the one that was going to see the Titanic. A couple things that was said this morning on ABC News. I check all news sources, so you're going to hear me talking about all different news ones. Today I was watching some ABC. Obviously, they're all different, so news sources are news sources. Take them as you see them. But I get my news sources from all over the place, all over the internet. But this one happened to just be a little video I seen that was produced by ABC. All right. Two things I noticed. Two things that stood out to me today. Debris field. All right, so it said that we have now discovered a debris field in the area in which we believe the submersible to have to be at, or around where we believe to be, where around the area we've been searching for the submersible Titan. Okay, we found a debris field. All right, we expect to make this strictly a recovery mission now. It's not so much a rescue mission because it's pretty much common knowledge that at this point there's just no more oxygen in the vessel, so there's no way anybody's alive in there. So that being said, it's now, instead of being a rescue mission, it's now a recovery mission. We're trying to get the vessel back. We're trying to figure out what went wrong. We're trying to play it backwards. We're trying to reverse engineer the accident or whatever incident took place. So we are going to do our best to get at least the vessel back up out of the water. But so they said there was a debris field, which leads me to believe, right? And they also said this in the news. I'm sorry, before I tell you what I believe, they believe there was a catastrophic, what's it called? Catastrophic implosion. That makes me feel like they're talking about how something exploded from the inside, right? Pretty basic knowledge. Something exploded from the inside. When just yesterday, now we're getting into what I believe, all right? So just yesterday, we were told, right, on pretty much all news networks, all across the internet, all across the regular media that not everybody trusts, even, sources that are a little bit more trustworthy that you have to really search for on the internet. Everybody came to the conclusion yesterday that we were hearing knocking sounds every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes we were hearing knocking sounds. But today we're being told that there was a possible catastrophic implosion, which led to it sinking and this debris field. Now, if there's a debris field in response to an internal explosion or some kind of catastrophic implosion, that makes me feel like that's the incident. The incident happened and they died, right? So the incident happened 4 days ago and they died 4 days ago. That's what makes me believe. That's what I believe. If they say possible catastrophic implosion, something tells me it didn't implode just yesterday. It didn't implode just Tuesday. It imploded 4 days when they lost contact. That's the only thing I can think of. If they decided that that's going to be the issue, that's going to be what determined it dying or failing, then it didn't just fail yesterday, my friends. It failed 4 days ago. Which means if it failed 4 days ago, all 5 of those people should have been dead 4 days ago. Who was knocking yesterday? Because fish don't knock every 30 minutes. That's what I'm thinking about now. Okay, so if we're hearing knocking every 30 minutes and we are so sure about it that we release that knowledge on global news networks, like we're so sure that we released that information, then how are we going to go the next day and say, oh, it was probably a catastrophic implosion that happened to take down the submersible, right? Well, the submersible was taken down 4 days ago. So who the hell was knocking every 30 minutes? Who was knocking? Why were we so confident to post that all over the internet yesterday? Can anybody answer that? Right? We were so confident yesterday that something was knocking every 30 minutes. So confident that we posted it all over the world. But today we're saying that it blew up 4 days ago. So this case is starting to get weird, man. I always thought it was a little weird, just because the last time something went down around the Titanic that was this famous was freaking the Titanic, right? So this is a unique situation that's only happened once every 100 years and some change in that same location. So it's weird because it's rare, and it happened twice in just over 100 years in the same vicinity, the same location, area of the same location. Is there something there unique? I don't know. I doubt the submersible ran into an iceberg, right? I doubt that. But there is some weird things about how they've been telling this story, right? If you're going to tell me, like if you're so confident and going to tell me that these guys, that you hear something knocking through sonar, right? If you hear something knocking through sonar every 30 minutes and you confirmed it and you were like, okay, let's post it on the internet. Let's show the world, right? You're so sure, but the next day you say, no, it blew up 4 days ago. So what the hell was knocking? Do you guys hear the thunder and lightning? I'm sorry. Do you hear the thunder? I know you can't see the lightning. Anyways. Yeah, so this is weird, man. It's just getting weirder. So hopefully we get some more information. Like I said, tragically, it's believed that there's nobody alive on the vessel at this point. It's physically impossible. There just wasn't enough oxygen in the vessel. So it's fair to say that there are no survivors in this incident, okay? But it's also fair to say that this incident is very freaking weird, all right? If you're going to tell me one thing one day so confidently, but the next day you tell me it's something else so confidently, then I'm going to start questioning who's in charge of this investigation, right? But we all know there's very, very capable people and competent people in charge of this investigation, right? So if they're so capable and confident and competent coming up with a decision yesterday to release all this information, but then the next day turn around and say negative, something else happened, and not even acknowledge that yesterday you were talking about knocking noises, right? I haven't heard one news network bring up any situation about yesterday yet. No one has came up and said, well, yesterday you said you heard knocking every 30 minutes, but today you're saying it was a catastrophic implosion. So which is it, man? Which is it? Because if it was a catastrophic implosion, there was nobody down there knocking nothing, right? Because who's knocking stuff after you just exploded? You ain't knocking nothing. All right, you guys, look, man, I don't got a whole lot to say today. It's just something I wanted to touch on because I seen it in the news, and I was like, all right, this is weird. All right, so I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are having a great end of the week. Like I said yesterday, I guess this is a little bit of an update. Yesterday, I touched on at the very end that I want to talk a little bit about Andrew Tate and his charges, but honestly, I don't really care much for the dude. I don't dislike him. I don't like him or anything. I think he's kind of shady. I think he did some shady things, man. I don't know. Probably, right? He portrays, a big badass, a lot of bark, man. I don't know how much bite. Who knows, man? But he used to be a kickboxer, so but I don't know. I think he's kind of full of shit. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyways, that has nothing to do with this. I love you guys. Please like, follow, subscribe if you want more, man. I'm learning all this stuff. I'm trying to make it look professional so you guys don't just get bored watching it. And if you have any suggestions, if you want me to talk about some specific current event or something in the military, especially, remember, you guys, I spent almost a decade in the United States Marine Corps Infantry. I've got a lot of good memories we could talk about if you like. But like I said, I'm not trying to make this about just the military, but I'm down to talk about it. But I want to keep kind of an open palette so we can kind of mess around and talk about pretty much anything under the sun. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you all have a great day, a great Friday, and a great weekend. I don't know if I'm going to push more content out this week or this weekend, but if I do, you'll be the first to know. All right, you guys, take it easy. Jesus Christ, it's storming.